Hi guys, me again. So today I'm going to be going over how I do my green marble. Now I've got this base for the Primaris Captain. And what I did to start was I did a 50-50 mix of black and angel green. You don't have to use army paint or just any greens. I'm just going to go through what I'm going to be using today. So angel green. I'm going to be using a lighter jungle green, a mid goblin green, a poisonous cloud. This was going to be sparingly, like highlights at the end. Obviously a white, a green wash. And I've also got Waywatcher green and Waystone green. This is to give it a sheen. This is good for, you do your dark tones and just before you hit your mid tones you stick some of this on. So yeah. Now just waiting for this to dry a little bit more and then we'll get on with the next step. See you soon. Cheers guys. So I'm back, ready, set up. I've got a little bit of just a sponge. And what I'm going to do is fold it and use the corner. As you can see, it's a bit of a ragged pattern. And on my palette down here, I've got a bit of angel green, goblin green mixed in. Angel green on its own doesn't really show up, it's a bit too dark. So what I'll do is I'll dip in and mix together to make sort of a, not mid-green, but darkish. And when I apply it to this, it should, there we go, show up. Now I don't want to put too much of this on, but I want quite a decent coverage. This will be like the background colour, shall we say. So you want about, say, 80% coverage with this, because this will be your background colour. So yeah, we're done with that. We'll just leave that to dry and I'll be back for the next step. And I'm back, now it has dried. Now what I didn't show you is I went over the whole thing in Waystone and waited for it to dry, which took a bit. But as you can see, it's made it a little bit darker again, but give it a nice sheen. And that's important to get the marble effect. So what I'm going to do now is switch to jungle green. So same as before, a little dab. I mean, that's a bit much, but yeah, we'll just get it off. Little dab. This time you do not want to use as much, so we'll just dot it around. Now it might look a bit bright, but that's fine because when we go over it with a green tone wash, it kind of ties it in again. So we use it a little bit more sparingly this time. And just cover 50-60% of it instead. So we get that. Put a bit more on. Brighten it up a bit. It doesn't matter if it looks really bright because, as I said, when we put the green tone on, it'll just dull it back down again. So yeah, that's the next bit. And I'll come back once this is dry and the green tone's been put on and that's dry. We'll come back and do the next step. So yeah, dry now. I've got up to jungle green at the moment, and after the jungle green I smashed a green wash on it, and this is what it looks like. Starting to get there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go with the Poisonous Cloud and just use it very sparingly around the edge, and we'll see what it looks like. And there we go. Now we'll let that dry, and I'll come back and do the white lines. And that's it. Simple, easy. See you soon. Dry now. I've got my white ready. So what we do is we'll take a tiny bit of white, dilute it down a little bit, and then what we do is we just pick an area and put the veins on. It's a little bit too diluted, it's not holding together. So I'll just put a bit more paint into the diluted bit. Try again. Now I know it looks a little white and a little too stark, but once this is dry, you just go over it with a green glaze and it ties it in really nice. And be sure to get some of this ribbing around the sides. A little piece on there. There we go. I'll be back again after this is dried and I put the Weight Watcher green over. So as you can see, I added a bit of brown, which makes the green pop. So what I'm going to do now is go around the edges with some white, just to make the details stand out a bit. As you can, let me try and get it in. There we go. I've already started on the edges. Just a tiny little edge highlight using the side of the brush. It's almost like a dry brush with a white paint. To just help bring some of that detail out. Then what I'll do is I'll mix my white with some brown. A bit more brown, it's not dark enough. To make sort of a beigey colour. And gently pass this over the brown texture. And if you stipple on the bottom edge of the green, that'll create a nice transition between what would be the rubble messed up floor and the marble. Like dust transfer, almost. It just ties it together, makes it a bit more uniform. So it doesn't look like a big slab of marble's just been slapped there for no reason. And there we go. That's how I do my marble bases. I hope you like it. If you'd like to see me do anything else, just put in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.